Welcome to Mishna Salem Masechet Shabbat Perek Zayin Mishnah Dalet. Over here in this Mishnah and the following Mishnayot, we're going to discuss how much a person needs to take out on Shabbat in order for him to be obligated to be Hayav for carrying on Shabbat. Now, it's going to be different based on the food that you're carrying. If he's carrying regular foods that humans consume, then we're going to see the standard size is going to be a git or geret, right? A dried fig. A medium-sized fig, that's going to be the size that a person's obligated. If he takes that amount's worth, that volume's worth of food, will be Hayav on Shabbat. But let's say he takes out something else. Let's say he takes out, cow straw, right? How much is that going to be? So that's going to be the discussion about Mishnah. Hamotzi tevin kimlo piparaf. Person takes out tevin, right? Straw. That has to be the mouthful for a cow, because that's useful. Less than that is really is not useful. It's not important on Shabbat. Aitzah, right? Camel food. Kimlo pigamal, right? It has to be a mouthful for a camel. Amir, right? These are some type of also ears of grain. Kimlo pitale, right? It's for the mouth of a lamb. Asavim, kimlo pigedi, right? Grass, a mouthful for a goat, right? If you take less than a mouthful of grass, you're going to be patur. Take a mouthful itself for a goat, then it'll be hayav. Right? So now you take the leaves of garlic and leaves of onion. So if they're moist, lachim kikruget, then it's the size of a medium-sized fig, right? Like all other food, because that's fit for human consumption if they're moist. Viveshim, if they're dried out already, kimlo pigedi, right? Because at that point it's already considered animal food, so it goes according to the mouth of a goat. None of these that we mentioned above could combine with one another, right? To say, oh, I had a half a mouthful of tevin and a half of etzah. Could that combine, right, to fit the shiur? No, because they don't add up, right? They're not the same shiur, so they can't be mitzvah if they can combine with one another. Now the Mishnah continues: if a person takes out regular foods, right? He takes out, bread and an apple, right? So these would be kagrogeret, the size of a fig. Now mitztarfim zeim ze mipnei sheshavur b'shi'orehem. Now if you take out half a fig's, right, half the volume, half the volume of a fig's worth of bread, and another half of an apple, right? You take the two out together, those would combine to the size of a fig in order to be hayav because they have the same shi'ur. Have the same measurement, because all foods are the size of a git or geret. Now this does not include, right, the kilipa v'suban u'mursanan. It doesn't include the actual the shell itself, the pit, the stems, the bran, the coarser bran, right? All these things, right? When you look at the fig, we don't include all these other pieces to be part of the shiur, right? So rather we take the geret from the clean inside of that fig, right? From everything. That's that's what we use for the shiur itself. No, except for when it comes to lentils, because the lentils are cooked with the actual film around it, so therefore we're going to include that in the size, with the if you're taking it out, it'll be included in the size measurement as well, right? But let's say you took out other foods that would not be included. Rambam also points out that Rabbi Yehuda would also include the ful hayarok, right? This green ful, right, this yellowish greenish ful, because that's also eaten with its klipa, right, with its shell. But halacha is not like Rabbi Yehuda.